Good morning, guys. This is NCWQ here. Hi, Hardneck Farms. I see you. I'm sitting here at home. Just decided to put my live stream up. Sorry, I'm running late. Um, I'm just going to be doing the regular volcanoes and earthquake 3D today, and later I'll do update for any news articles that have come out during the day. I'm hearing tell that the path of the total eclipse has changed. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to be looking into that today. Uh, that's weird, but apparently a person who studies the eclipse has stated that the path has changed, the path of totality. So some people won't be seeing it that had thought they would be seeing it. Um, really weird, but we'll see. I'm going to look into that today too. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat for lunch. I have not decided yet. And yesterday, I told you guys I would let you know uh, when my surgery is going to be. It is going to be in May. And so, therefore, I may be off for a little bit in May. I'll probably stream live, but I probably will not be talking at all as I'm having some jaw work done and a wisdom tooth removed. So, just letting you guys know. Anyways, this is going to be a live stream. Please enjoy the chat room um, and share with your friends. Much love, and I will be back in a little bit. Okay, so apparently the solar eclipse map did change, and this is the map now. Um, Comes out, it says solar eclipse totality map changed as your viewing spot affected in New York affected. An updated map of the path of totality for April 8th total solar eclipse might leave some viewers in Finger Lakes rethinking their planned location. Um, Says that map was released by Besselian Elements, which narrows the path of totality based on a more accurate view of the visible edge of the moon's visible surface and topographic elevation of the Earth's surface. Okay, so people in New York, you're going to need to adjust your intended viewing location if it was previously on the edge of totality, while Rochester, Buffalo, and other areas deep in the path of totality will be unaffected by changes to Irwin's map. Places like Arkport, Dresden, Limestone, and southern half of Penyan and Fayetteville are now not expected to get the full effect of the solar eclipse. Anyone still within the path of totality shouldn't see any changes to their view of the eclipse during the duration, though the duration is longer in the center of the path. So I guess if you're here, it'll be longer duration. Totality will last 3 minutes and 43 seconds at Brockport, while Rochester will see 3 minutes and 38 seconds. The region should see totality begin at roughly 3:20 p.m., though the eclipse begins at 2:07 p.m. in the greater Rochester area. So this is for New York, just people that are living in New York. I'm going to look and see if I can find some more here. Okay, so y'all have seen the map. All right, so looking to see if I can find some more here. Cloud forecast for cities. Um, April 8th, a total solar eclipse will be visible across parts of Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. from Texas to Maine. Um, Here's a collection of forecast maps and current conditions to track the weather as a solar eclipse moves across the U.S. the afternoon. Current satellite and okay. Texas Southern Plains cloud forecast for April 8th during total solar eclipse. And let me see, I can show you all this picture. This is coming from Fox. So we'll look at the pictures here real quick. We can see live radar. We can see the total eclipse is what they're stating. Shows that looks like it's going to be partly cloudy across this area here. Midwest cloud forecast. Northeast cloud forecast. So the Northeast looks clear. Texas cities solar eclipse forecast Eagle Pass. Overcast, 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 overcast. Many, many, many. So Eagle Pass, Texas area cloud forecast total solar eclipse. So it looks like y'all are going to have cloudy area if you're in Texas and parts of Mexico here. Dallas, Fort Worth. Severe storm threat for April 8th. Texarkana, Shreveport, Lufkin, Corsicana, Dallas. And this is Dallas is in eclipse path of totality. Ardmore, Oklahoma City. Little Rock, Arkansas. Looks like it's going to be Russellville's going to have few clouds. Fayetteville's got a few clouds. Fort Smith is going to have a few clouds. Clinton, Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Brinkley, and Mena are going to have many clouds. Missouri looks like it's going to be clear. And Illinois looks like it's going to be clear as well. Kentucky is going to be clear. Indianapolis looks like it's going to have a few clouds and many clouds. Ohio looks very cloudy. Cleveland looks cloudy. Well, actually, no. Here at Cleveland and Mentor say few in Solon, Northridge, Strongsville, Belden, Medina, Richfield, Ghent, Cuyahoga Falls are going to have many clouds. Pennsylvania, Erie is going to have many. Dunkirk is going to have few. Northeast, Jamestown, Corey, Titusville, French Creek, Meadville, Canutville, Andover, and Ashtabula are going to have few clouds. New York looks like it's going to have many by Niagara Falls, but few in Angola, Buffalo, Corfu, Batavia, Warsaw, Geneseo, and Rochester. Vermont looks clear. Caribou, Maine looks clear. So that's what I have for that. Hey, Anatolian, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you on the stream. Let's see what else we can find. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen in my area, North Carolina. North Carolina isn't in the path of the total solar eclipse on April 8th, but the triangle will still experience the effects of a partial eclipse that day. Around 83% of the sun will be obscured by the moon for the eyes of triangle residents, with the eclipse starting around 2 p.m. With the eclipse starting around 2 p.m. and peaking at about 3:15 p.m. The North Carolina town with the highest percentage, 88.5% of the sun to be eclipsed, is Tupelo in Graham County along Tennessee border, according to eclipse2024.org. Okay, if you're going to be looking up, make sure you have your eclipse glasses. Now I'm going to show you what mine look like. I did get eclipse glasses yesterday. So I'll show you a picture of the eclipse glasses that I got. And those are what they look like. I got 4 pairs. And if you notice, they've got shiny screen, and when you try to look from through the other side, you will not be able to see anything. This is the pair that I'm keeping for myself. And then my son got this black pair, and my granddaughter's getting the orange and multicolored one, and then my daughter's getting the red ones. So we're prepared if we decide to watch this eclipse, which I'm not sure whether or not I will remember. Hopefully, I'll remember. We've been having a lot of cloud cover here, so hopefully it won't be cloudy. They do say that the rest of the state of North Carolina will experience significant coverage, with the sun getting more than 90% obscured from the triangle vantage point. They tell you if you're going to go out and look up at the eclipse, make sure you have your eclipse glasses or you could damage your eyes. And that's especially for little children. Make sure that if your child is going to be watching this eclipse, that they have their glasses on at all times. That way, they are not trying to sneak peeks around the glasses. And if your child is not going to wear them comfortably, then I honestly would not let them go outside to look at it, because the fact that having the sun hit your eyes can damage your eyes. And it's not something that's fixable. Just a heads up. So if you're going to be looking at the eclipse, during the totality part is fine, but you need to be wearing those glasses. Um, Austin is going to be plunged into total darkness during the eclipse. On Monday, April 8th, if weather cooperates, Austin, Texas will experience a rare and breathtaking celestial event as a total solar eclipse darkens the skies, marking the beginning of a cross-country eclipse tour. The partial eclipse will commence at 12:17 p.m. with the sun positioned directly overhead. As the moon slowly crosses paths with the sun, observers will use certified eclipse glasses will notice the gradual change. The pinhole camera effect will cause inverted projections of the shrinking sun to appear as shadows beneath trees. As the eclipse progresses, the atmosphere will cool down, with temperatures potentially dropping by 10 to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Depending on humidity levels, fair weather cumulus clouds may shrink or disappear due to the lack of thermal updrafts. The Kinsey effect will cause the surroundings to appear less vibrant and more muted. Totality will occur just after 1:36 p.m. and last for a few minutes, allowing observers to safely view the eclipse without glasses. A 360-degree violet crowned sunset will be visible, and the darkness may trick birds into returning to their nests and bees into stopping their flights. Insects may also begin their evening songs. As the moon moves away from the sun, the process will reverse with normal conditions returning by 3 p.m. Experiencing totality is a rare and unforgettable event, and those in the path of totality will witness a spectacle that many never get to see in their lifetime. That's cool. I really hope that people that are out there getting to see this total eclipse, I really hope they appreciate it. I know that I think we saw one in 2017, and the one that we saw here was really awesome. Um, but this is not going to happen again for a very, very, very long time. So enjoy it, and if you're able to get into the totality, see if you can videotape it for other people who have not been able to see it. Of course, don't ruin your cameras. Oh, my mailman is here. I've got mail. Oh. So, how are you guys doing today? What are you guys doing today? If you could tell, I've got a stopped up nose. Don't blame me, blame the weather. It is, let me see what the temperature is today. The temperature today, right now, it's 57 degrees. Don't blame me because the other day it was only 88 degrees. So, this weather is going berserk right now. And I woke up this morning, but it was weird last night. I had nothing but bad dreams. And I woke up this morning like, gee, what was I dreaming all night long? My last dream, I ended up being woke up because my son's radio came on his phone, and I was hearing heavy metal. I woke up and I was like, what the heck? You're not supposed to be hearing heavy metal in your dream. Bang your head. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, you guys, I will be back in a little bit. Kangol, enjoy your day. I'm glad that you popped by. I appreciate you being here. You guys, I'm going to leave this up. On one side, you will see we have windy, which is for weather over here. And I will get that to move so you can see the clouds moving. And over here, we have EMSC, which is showing the latest earthquakes that have occurred according to EMSC. Our earthquake 3D is 1 day's worth of earthquakes. There are 527 total earthquakes on the globe right now. The earthquakes are EMSC, USGS, GeoNet. Okay, Wendy, I see you in chat. I'm sorry. Okay, but this is Wendy, spelled with I. Wendy. And then the last part right now are in orange. You can see those on the globe. The blue ones are inactive volcanoes right now. These are the major volcanoes, so therefore they are the ones that are being paid attention to, and most of them are around the Ring of Fire, as you can tell. The Ring of Fire stretches around the Pacific Ocean, and according to news, within the next million years, so we don't need to worry about it right now, the East Coast is apparently going to have its own Ring of Fire. And that is because the Pacific Ocean is spreading. I mean, the Atlantic Ocean is spreading. So where you see the earthquakes on the mid-Atlantic ridge, and you see those earthquakes, when you see those earthquakes, think of it this way. The half of the Atlantic Ocean is moving towards the west. The other half is moving towards the east, and is causing the friction, which is causing the earthquakes. However, they're stating that because of this, in the future, we may actually see an Atlantic Ring of Fire. So let me see if I can find you some more info on it. Okay, so this came out from Live Sciences last month. I think I did a video on it. I'm not sure. But it says sleeping subduction zone could awaken and form a new ring of fire that swallows the Atlantic Ocean. A modeling study suggests a slumbering subduction zone below the Gibraltar Strait is active and could break into Atlantic Ocean in 20 million years' time. It's a long time, giving birth to an Atlantic Ring of Fire. A subduction zone below the Gibraltar Strait is creeping westward and could one day invade the Atlantic Ocean, causing the ocean to slowly close up, new research suggests. The subduction zone, also known as the Gibraltar Arc or Trench, currently sits in a narrow ocean corridor between Portugal and Morocco. Its westward migration began around 30 million years ago when a subduction zone formed along the northern coast of what is now the Mediterranean Sea, but it has stalled in the last 5 million years, prompting some scientists to question whether the Gibraltar Arc is still active today. It appears, however, that the arc is merely in a period of quiet, according to a study published February 13th in the journal Geology. This lull will likely last for another 20 million years, after which the Gibraltar Arc could resume its advance and break into the Atlantic in a process known as a subduction invasion. The Atlantic Ocean hosts two subduction zones that researchers know of: the Lesser Antilles subduction zone in the Caribbean and the Scotia Arc near the Antarctica. These subduction zones invaded the Arctic several million years ago, lead Arthur Jodard, a geologist and assistant professor at the University of Lisbon, said in a statement. Studying Gibraltar is an invaluable opportunity because it allows observing the process in its early stages when it's just happening. To test whether the Gibraltar Arc is still active, Dart and his colleagues built a computer model that simulated the birth of the subduction zone in the Oligocene epoch 34 to 23 million years ago, and its evolution until present day. The researchers noticed an abrupt decline in the arc's speed 5 million years ago as it approached the Atlantic boundary. At this point, the Gibraltar subduction zone seems doomed to fail, they wrote in a study. The team then modeling the arc's fate over the next 40 million years and found it painstakingly pushes its way through the narrow Gibraltar Strait from the present day over the next 20 million years. Strikingly, after this point, the trench retreats slowly, speeds up, and the subduction zone widens and propagates oceanward, the researchers wrote in a study. Modeling of this kind requires advanced tools and computers that weren't available even a few years ago, Dart said in a statement. We can now simulate the formation of the Gibraltar Arc with great detail and also how it may evolve in the deep future. If the Gibraltar Arc invades the Atlantic Ocean, it could contribute to forming an Atlantic subduction system analogous to the chain of subduction zones that circle the Pacific Ocean, called the Ring of Fire. According to the statement, a similar chain forming in the Atlantic would lead to ocean crust being recycled into the mantle via subduction on both sides of the Atlantic, gradually swallowing and closing up the ocean. The Gibraltar Arc grinding advances over the last 5 million years could explain the relative lack of seismicity and volcanism in the region, which have been used as arguments to dismiss the idea that the subduction zone might still be active. The subduction zone's tectonic silence is a direct result of its extended period of stalled movement, the authors of this new study argue. If the movement along the subduction interference were small, the accumulation of the seismic strain would be slow and may take hundreds of years to accumulate, they wrote. This agrees with the long reoccurrence period estimated for big earthquakes in the region. Although many smaller earthquakes have been recorded since, the last major earthquake to rock the region was 1755 Great Lisbon earthquake, which reached an estimated 8.5 to 9.0 on the moment magnitude scale. An earthquake of this magnitude occurring anytime soon is pretty much out of the question, since the last such tremendous event was only 250 years ago. So that's about the spreading and the fact that someday in the long away future, there may be an Atlantic ring of fire. Now, I find it strange because we all know that on the East Coast there are some volcanoes. Um, I forgot the names of them, so let me pull this up real quick because I did my research on volcanoes. And I will tell you the names of them. I'm looking for my map right now. Okay, Michigan has volcanism, just so you know. They have a volcano called Keweenaw Peninsula, and that's an ancient lava flow of Keweenaw Peninsula were produced during the Mesoprozoic era as a part of the mid-continent rift. This volcano activity produced the only strata on Earth where large-scale, economically recoverable 97% pure native copper is found. And I'll show you this as I go through my maps here. So this is the area where this volcano is, volcanism. If you notice, the name of the city here is Copper City. Okay, so let's go back and look for the other maps that I was looking for. Okay, so let's pull this one up. This one is not the one I was looking for. Louisiana has volcanoes, but a lot of people don't know that. They have Door Point volcano in Louisiana. Let me show you where this is. When you pull all the way back, this is New Orleans here. And Door Point is a buried volcano in southeast Louisiana. Here's New Hampshire. New Hampshire has Pawtuckaway State Park. At 4.1, that's in Herrera, Mexico. Okay, New Hampshire has Pawtuckaway State Park, and that's a small rocky circular range that forms the outline of an ancient volcanic ring dike dating from 130 to 110 million years ago. The ring dike first completely mapped in 1944 is a small and more accessible example of the same kind of geological process that formed the Ossipee Mountains to the north. The inner ring is roughly 1 mile in diameter, while the outer is measured at almost 2 miles. So this is this one here. Not very much to see here, but you can see this is Pawtuckaway State Park here. The next one is Ossipee Mountains. And the Ossipee Mountains are located just south of the White Mountains of New Hampshire, United States. Mount Shaw, at least 2,990 feet, is the highest point in the range. The Ossipee Mountains are the remains of an ancient volcanic ring dike. The Ossipee Ring Dike Complex of central New Hampshire is a visible remnant of the Cretaceous stratovolcano Ca-25Ma, a member of the later White Mountain Igneous Province. The complex is circular in plain view and has a diameter of 14 kilometers. The ring dike complex is easy to identify within the web-browsed satellite images. The southeast edge located about 5 miles or northwest of the town of Ossipee. So this is this one here. And then we look for the town of Ossipee. And I don't know where the town of Ossipee is. But this is Ossipee Mountains here. This is the Ossipee Lake here. And apparently there's a town called, there's Ossipee right here. Okay, here's the town of Ossipee. So this is the Ossipee Mountains here. And this is the town of Ossipee here. The next one is Bailey Mountain. And Bailey Mountain, I don't have anything on it other than this is volcanic. And the last one was Mount Shaw. And Mount Shaw is part of the remains of an ancient volcanic ring dike, Ossipee Mountains. So you can see it's over here. But can't get any closer in there to view it further. Okay, so let's see. We'll go on to looking at, I was looking for the East Coast for Virginia because there are volcanoes in Virginia as well. Where are you? I did Virginia. I'm not sure where I put it. I did all these maps a long time ago. There it is. Okay, so Virginia also has volcanism. They have Garrett Island, Greenville Mountains, Mount Rogers, Shenandoah National Park, Trimble Knob, Mole Hill. Now, Mole Hill, I believe, is in somebody's backyard, so you can't go to it. It's 48 million years old and 150 feet high. Mole Hill is a rounded hill composed of basalt A volcanic rock formed during the Eocene epoch of the Paleogene period. It is an eroded remnant of what was an active volcano approximately 47 million years ago, making it one of the youngest volcanoes on the east coast of the North America. It is located west of Harrisonburg. It's located west of Harrisonburg, VA, in Rockingham County. So let's see, and you can see it here. This is Molehill. Which one is it? One of them is in somebody's backyard. Trumbull Knob, the youngest volcano on the East Coast, 200 foot high, is 35 million years ago. It is an eroded remnant of what was an active volcano or diatreme. And um, I remember reading something else about the fact that it sits in somebody's yard. And the reason I looked into it was because there had been an earthquake in Virginia, and I had checked into where it was, and I was like, oh, Trumbull Knob is there. Trumbull Knob is a volcano. And then there's Volcano Oil Field. And this is Volcano Oil Field, and you can see Volcano Historic Boomtown. And I don't have a whole lot of information on it. It's Eaton's Volcano, Walker, West Virginia. But this is Volcano Oil Field. Then you have Ugly Mountain. And Ugly Mountain is a summit in Pendleton County, West Virginia, in the United States with an elevation of 2,598 feet. Ugly Mountain is the 507th highest summit in the state of West Virginia. Ugly Mountain is also a stratovolcano that formed during the Middle Eocene. Now, if you guys want to look up my videos, I've done a whole lot of videos on the volcanoes. So I have a playlist of just volcanoes, and you're welcome to look them up. And I go through step by step about them. A whole Sorry, I had to make sure that my sound was actually working for a minute. And then you have Shenandoah National Park. These were all created millions of years ago. Okay, guys, I will be back. I hope you've enjoyed that little brief update. I'll be back in a little bit, and we will do some more updates. Right now, I've got to go locate some food. Anyways, I will talk to y'all in a few minutes. Hey guys, so I have just added a camera view of outside so you can see the weather here. It is nice and cloudy, and I'm keeping an eye on the weather here. You can see we have storms up above North Carolina, but I'll show you the satellite view. Satellite view shows all of this in my area. So not much to see. Just clouds. Oops, don't want to do that. No, stay. Okay, got that where I wanted at. Now y'all can see my weather outside my window. And it is a little bit breezy out today, nothing major. The temperature is 58 degrees here. All right, I'll be back on in a little bit. So we're supposed to be getting high winds soon. I don't know how high these winds are going to be, but I am looking. 12:45, 15 miles per hour wind gusts to 21. Let's see what time it is. Let's see. It says 15 here. I'm not seeing anything. 34 miles an hour. Oh, geez. Okay. 35, 36, 36, 36, 35, 34. Looks like it might drop around 8 p.m. No, 33, 26. So it'll drop around 9 p.m. 19, 11. So this afternoon we're supposed to have some higher wind gusts. I'm not too concerned about it. Just keeping an eye on the sky here. Um, I was saying it was a little bit breezy, but I guess we're going to get some wind gusts here of about 35 miles an hour. That's not too bad. If I was thinking if it was about 50 miles an hour, then I'd be worrying. But 35, I don't have anywhere to go to today, so not planning on heading outside and dealing with driving with wind. By the way, sorry guys, I don't have any music. I was trying to find a station so we could listen to weather forecast, but I couldn't find one. So I will still be looking into that. Um, I'm planning on running this live stream until around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Maybe 4, will depends on what time. Oops. I was trying to find a I have my cell phone on, so I'm watching from my cell phone. Hi George, how are you doing? Yes, like I was saying, I don't have any tunes or any of that to run on this stream. I am not out for a copyright strike, so don't need one of those. Um, what I do have is live video of the sky, so y'all can see the weather outside. Um, you can see as it's starting to get windy, the trees are moving just a little bit. It's not bad here right now. Just did an update. We're supposed to be getting 35-mile-an-hour wind gusts, uh, according to the National Weather Service. So we can just watch the trees move. Um, it's not raining now. It was raining earlier today. The storms have all moved off to the north, but we do have wind coming. Um, the good news is last week I was letting y'all know the dogwood trees hadn't bloomed yet. Today they're blooming. The ones out front of my house are pink. I'm not going to show that because I don't want people to get the exact location of where I live. Um, but I'm seeing white dogwood trees. So if you imagine where the pine tree is in the picture, the one in the corner in the center, down below that there's dogwood trees. Um, then off to the side, I have a little tree which has pink dogwood flowers. But some of the trees here are still look like it would if it was fall. Some of them are still reddish and they didn't grow back. That's their leaf colors. But yep, like I said, a beautiful day. It is 58 degrees here in my neck of the woods, dropped down from being in the 80s. It's giving me a little bit of a cold. If you can hear me, I have a kind of a stopped up nose from it. Yay! Anyway, enjoy the chat room. As I've noted at the top on the pend, I am showing 1 day's worth of earthquakes from EMSC, USGS, GeoNet, and the volcanoes are from Smithsonian Institute weekly report. The orange cones that you see on Earthquake 3D are active volcanoes, and the blue are inactive volcanoes. And if you scroll back in the video a little ways, you will see that I did an update about the Atlantic Ring of Fire. That won't be for at least 6 million years, but hey, it's something that came out recently as a study report. And then we also talked about some other things, and I showed some volcanoes on the East Coast. 2.2 Valdez, Alaska. Yeah, there's you got those that you're reporting. They are not going to be all of them showing up on EMSC. It's nice when they do, but if you would like to get a link to where you can go and view all data for different countries, I'm going to pop it into chat real quick. I forgot to put it underneath my live stream this time. Sorry, you guys. Um, this here, if you go to this site here, to the right, you'll see seismological sites. When you click on that, it'll show you a list of all different seismological sites around the world. To your left, home under home, you will find all of the Facebook groups that we manage and run. George, thank God, is one of my moderators on the California group and on some of the other groups, and he does an awesome job as here as well. Okay, you guys, I will be back in a little bit. Keep your eyes open. Going to be some storms today. That was an earthquake triggered landslide in Taiwan. That was pretty interesting looking. I want to check the Japanese earthquake that happened today. An earthquake of magnitude 6 struck off the coast of Honshu, Japan on Thursday. The earthquake was at a depth of 32 kilometers deep. I saw earlier that there was something about possibility of tsunami, but however, I have not seen anything further about the tsunami. So thank God there's no major news to report on that. As far as what happened in Taiwan, 9 people have died and 963 were injured from the 7.4 magnitude earthquake. I believe that earthquake was bigger than 7.4. A friend of mine actually sent me a picture of it as 7.5. Japan today has also had a 4.5 earthquake and a 4.4 and a 4.9. And the last earthquake that occurred was a 4.9 2 hours ago. You can see that is here. It says 4.9, 4.5, 3.8, 6.1, and 4.4. The NHK has an article about it. They said any seismic activity of intensity 3 or higher on the Japanese scale that has occurred in the past 30 days is noted on this site. So you can look on here for the NHK. They put earthquake data out. So I've put that link in chat for anybody who might be interested in looking at the earthquake activity that they have. This earthquake was felt quite a ways away. I mean, if you look at the intensity of this earthquake, the data that was put out from it, it shows the earthquake on April 3rd. Okay. Um, it shows how far it's felt. So Iwate Prefecture was an intensity of a 4. Fukushima, intensity 4. So it shows the intensities here, and that's NHK World Japan. Kyoto News also put out an article. They said an earthquake with a preliminary magnitude 6.0 jolted northeastern Japan around Thursday at noon. The country's weather agency said with no tsunami warnings issued and no abnormalities confirmed at the crippled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, the 12:16 p.m. quake registered 4 on the Japanese seismic intensity scale of 7 in Iwate, Miyagi, and Fukushima prefectures. According to the Japan Meteorological Agency, the focus of the quake was located off the coast of Fukushima prefecture, about 40 kilometers underground. According to the Nuclear Regulation Authority, no irregularities were detected at the Fukushima Daiichi plant, wrecked by a nuclear accident following the 2011 quake and tsunami disaster, as well as the Fukushima Daiichi plant, located about 12 kilometers south of the Daiichi. Bullet trains on the Tohoku Shinkansen line temporarily stopped following the quake, according to East Japan Railway Company. And that is the news from Kyoto News. So this is their news here, Kyoto News. Three hours ago, North Carolina had a 2.2, and it was reported in Bryson City, North Carolina. A 2.1 magnitude earthquake was reported in Bryson City, North Carolina on Thursday morning. The earthquake happened just after 3 a.m. according to the U.S. Geological Survey. A 2.0 magnitude earthquake was also reported in Bryson City on March 15th. So that was last month. So this one was reported today. And as I'm posting the links in the chat room, I'm also posting them to Facebook, to the group. Lots goes on behind the scenes here. Fox Carolina also put out an article as well. Well, they put out a video. Not anything I can see right now. See, AP News is saying that 9 people died and more than 1,000 were injured. So the news reports are all over the place. The only thing that I see that they're all agreeing on is that 9 people have passed away. However, what I'm seeing is that some sites are stating 900 and some are stating more than 1,000. So, anyways, but that was the strongest earthquake in Taiwan in 25 years. Made me wonder when that happened. As y'all know, China wants a piece of Taiwan. They want Taiwan back in their fold again. And I was wondering if they would actually try to take a chance on getting Taiwan back since they had this earthquake. You never know. I don't know if I'm buffering or not. I just saw a buffer for a second, but it seems fine now. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go get myself some coffee. Okay, guys. So anyway, the northeast is being pummeled by a nor'easter with strong winds, heavy snow, and torrential rain. Up to 13 inches of snow has been reported near Killington, Vermont, and up to 1 foot of snow fell north of Portland, Maine. The snow will continue Thursday morning and afternoon. More than 2 feet of snow is possible in the mountains of New Hampshire and Maine. Low visibility is expected and travel is discouraged. Um, Folks need to be prepared at home for possible extended power outages with emergency supplies, alternate power sources, and should charge their mobile devices in advance. This nor'easter is also hitting the areas of the northeast with torrential rains, and that has wreaked havoc on roads in New York and New Jersey on Wednesday. Dangerous wind gusts are expected to reach 64 miles per hour on Long Island, New York, and in Stamford, Connecticut. More than 343,000 customers are without power in Maine, and another 172,000 have lost power in New Hampshire. In Armark, New York, near the New York-Connecticut border, a tree fell on a car. On Wednesday, it killed the driver. 2 people in cars were also killed by downed trees in separate incidents near Philadelphia. Um, on Thursday, coastal flooding is remaining a threat from the mid-Atlantic to coastal New England. Another storm over the Great Lakes has dumped more than 14 inches of snow in Wisconsin and Upper Peninsula of Michigan. The 700 foot elevation difference between the valley and the NWS office on the ridge makes for a huge variety of impacts. This morning, with over a foot on the ground at their office, is back to the full winter mode. And this is coming from NWS Lacrosse. And they say they're seeing um, they say they're seeing winds of up to 25 to 35 miles per hour. Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia saw more than 5 inches of rain and significant flooding. The midday forecast for this week is warming through the end of the week. Yeah, I don't want any of it. And we're going to have wind here. Supposedly, it's 1:30, and I'm looking outside, and it's still the same old yuck sky, cloudy. Um, the trees don't seem to be getting any wind right now. However, the weather forecast is saying that we can expect wind. So expect away, but I'm hoping we don't get any. Hey Bella, how are you doing? Hi, sweetie. Welcome to the chat room. Taiwan had an aftershock of 5.1, but I think it might have been a 5.5 aftershock. Yeah, and there was also an aftershock of a 6.0. And I just refreshed EMSC. For some reason, it wasn't refreshing. And if you look, you can see Eastern Kazakhstan does not have any quake data. So let's take a peeky real quick and see what this seismic data for Taiwan is. So we can see Finland wasn't added on here, and that's coming from Norsar. They've had a 2.0. Okay, so peeky here. I'm looking, Taiwan 4.9, 4.1, Central Turkey 1.9, Finland 2.0. Why am I not seeing I'm not seeing Kaz, Kazakhstan listed on the back page, but I sure am seeing a lot of different earthquakes there. Because I'm seeing Taiwan, Central Turkey, Finland, Hawaii, El Salvador. Where's the 4.1? Hindu Kush, Afghanistan, 4.3. The back page doesn't seem to be matching the front page. Okay, Albania, Tajikistan, 4.4. So we can say that it was a 4.4, even though it has not been added, and neither has Finland. An 11F, meaning that they don't know the exact depth of the Finland earthquake. Let's see. Anybody want to go take a peeky as to where it's at on Google Earth? Let's do that. Let's go look on Google Earth. Oh, I just put in my email address. Oops. If y'all ever want to email me, that is my email address to email me at. I just put in the wrong thing. Sorry. I wanted to look at this Finland earthquake. Okay, so let's see if we can find. I don't know. It says it's an error, so it's either going to be an error or it's not. Is that going to work this time? No. Okay. Confidence level given the uncertainties, 95%. Okay, so oops. Having all kinds of issues right now. Where are we going? No, that's not it. I'm having an issue getting the numbers on here. Okay. 65.961. 25.567. 26.567. Okay. So if there was an earthquake, this is the location that it was at, near Lutanjarvi Lake, Tareva. Interesting. There are fields out here. So if there was an earthquake in Finland, that's where it would be. However, we're not saying that there was a 2.0 earthquake in Finland, just that it is listed on the back page of EMSC under data. There's also a Greek earthquake, 1.9. In Kashmir, India border region, that earthquake was as high as a 5.6. I believe they only listed it as a 5.3. So let's look. Yeah, they listed it as a 5.2. However, on the back page under data, it's a 5.6. I didn't see any mining companies nearby, though I looked. Trust me, I was looking for water, I was looking for mining, I didn't see nothing. There's also been 2 Taiwan earthquakes. They're only listing 1 right now. And this eastern Kazakhstan, I'm not even seeing it under data. Look, it is not listed under data, but it is listed on the front page. And that's weird because last night I saw one for Kazakhstan and it was listed on the front with no data, but listed on the back with data. Weird stuff. So the EMSC, I'm just noticing that some of the earthquake data that is supposed to be there is not there. Those ones in below, I can't tell if the bell rings. Yeah, the ones that are one and below, all you're going to hear is a rumble, but you're not going to hear it ding. Spontaneous coniferous. You mean the tree that blows up? Yeah, might have been. Who knows? If a tree falls in the woods, do you hear it? Good question. And how do you prove that the tree fell in the wood that you didn't hear to begin with? I mean, just because you see a tree lying down doesn't mean that it fell down. It could have been a long time ago and you're just now seeing it. So, how is everybody doing today? I hope y'all are doing great. I have had a long day today. I'm watching the weather right now because we're supposed to be getting wind of up to 36 miles per hour until 9 o'clock tonight. So I'm just keeping an eye out. Trees are actually starting to move. The one in front of my house right here isn't moving very much, but this bigger tree is moving. Let's see if I can give you a better view of it. Uh, Over here, that tree's moving. There, I'll leave it that way. So now you can see both of the trees. Sorry if it's dark. I can't really make it much lighter. It's not very light outside today. You can still see the clouds. I'm trying to give you a view of both trees because when the wind hits, the bigger tree gets more activity than the smaller tree does. There was a snow in Greece. I haven't read that yet. Ah, you can't report it because you don't have it on your list. Yeah, well, EMSC reports a lot of the ones and below on the back. And sometimes they report them on the front. More likely is Greece and Turkey that have the 1.0s along with Switzerland, and they report the ones and stuff. But what I don't understand is why EMSC doesn't list the 1.0s and stuff for the United States. That would be nice if they were to list like ones and above. That 2.2, let's see where it is. It's down here in New Zealand. I see 5.5 trees. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees. You're seeing all the trees that cross the way from my place that go down my complex. It's funny. I don't know any of my neighbors anymore. I had neighbors, and I was going to move, and then my best friend, she moved. And I was going to move towards where she's at, and then I decided not to move. How do you get a half tree? I don't know, Bella. How do you get a half tree? And I'm sure you're going to make me laugh. You put it on camera? Are y'all ready for the eclipse this next week? There is what? How many days till the eclipse? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4 days. So the eclipse is on Monday the 8th. So 4 days till the eclipse, you guys. Get ready. If it's on a volcano, it's a lava tree. Will you cut it in half? A lava tree. Oh man. Okay, so what do you call a cow with only 2 legs? Bet none of y'all guess it. Lean beef. And where do cows get their clothes from? The milkshake. Ah, cows get their clothes from cattle logs. Get it? Okay, let's see if I have a funnier joke. Why aren't there a whole lot of jokes about peaches? Because most of them are pitiful. Get it, Pit? You think I need new crackers? I think you need new crackers. Ah, yes, I do. I need better jokes. My jokes are pitiful. That's even worse. Don't. I'll tell you a dad joke. What's the best way to catch a squirrel? Bet you don't get this one. What is the best way to catch a squirrel? Close, Bella. You gotta act like a nut. Oh, God. Oh, act like a nut. Oh, that sky is pitiful looking. Seriously. You know, we had a tornado here in North Carolina yesterday. Well, we had a tornado warning. I don't know if it touched down or not. So let me find out. I was on my way home and there was a tornado warning. There was a tornado warning in several counties, an extreme tornado warning for the rest of central North Carolina yesterday, and or for central Virginia. Um, there was also an extreme tornado watch that was issued for central Virginia, and some localities had a higher potential for severe winds than others. So, yeah, that was yesterday. I was driving home from my doctor's office and kept getting tornado warning on my radio. And I was like, oh boy, let me just get home. I mean, I was about 4 miles away from the house, and I'm thinking, okay, I need to get home. And apparently it ended up being another county, but all I had heard was tornado warning, and I'm like, where's my house? So I made it home and was nice and safe here. Yeah, it was um this was 22 hours ago. And that's the news for 22 hours ago. I came on live after I got home yesterday and let people know that there'd been a tornado warning. Um, you know how creepy that is to hear one when you're driving? Eh, eh, eh. This is a tornado warning. Please seek shelter in a sturdy building immediately. And the only thing I'm thinking is I didn't even hear what county they said. You were worried about your one said, no, I was worried about just being in my house. I don't either. I only know that they had the 7.4 earthquake and it was followed immediately by a 6. So that could be why, Bella, but I'm not saying that that 6 was less than what they stated because they said that it was a 6.1. I have heard other people stating that there were two sevens at the same time. So I'm not going to say that they're wrong, but I am going to state that I do know that there was a 6.1 after that 7, and it was immediate. No, 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 George. I don't want to be on any city bus during any tornado. Have you seen videos of what happens to city buses and when there's tornadoes? I mean, they get picked up and flipped around and thrown. Nope, thank you. Bella, that's right. You're right about that. And it's also a good question to ask Ron on EMA when he's live. Ask him about that. He has a lot of geological background. Um, all I know is over in that area, if you studied that area, they have a deep trough over that area. I'm not sure that they have found the bottom in their explorations yet, but there is a deep trough over in that area. Believe it's near Indonesia, and they state that that's what's causing the deeper, larger earthquakes. It's the west side of the diamond-shaped fault. I was on a school bus coming home when I lived in Grandview, Missouri. Ah, that's one state I have never lived in. I lived in Illinois. I've lived in Indiana. I've lived in Fort Polk, Louisiana. Um, I've lived in California, Stockton, and Sacramento. And I've lived in Tacoma, Washington, Lacey, Washington, and Seattle, Washington. And then I've lived in Melbourne, Florida. I've lived in the Bahamas. I've been to Mexico. I was in Canada one time and I was there for a half a day. And I have to tell you that the drivers there scared the tar out of me. And I had to turn around and go home because I couldn't, I was not very good with driving in Canada. No. I've also spent some time in New York. My aunt and uncle are from New York, and I've spent some time in Georgia. So I've pretty much been all over the United States. And then when we were on a sailboat when I was younger. We traveled the entire coastal waterway, all the way from Maine all the way down to Florida. Some of the most beautiful memories I have as a child of the scenery. Um, as a child, I got to see dolphins up close and sharks and fish and go swimming with fish. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now the town that I live in, city, town, I don't know whether it's a city or a town. It's grown up a lot since I first moved here. And I was thinking something yesterday. I went down to Florida to go visit Melbourne, where I grew up. And I remember thinking yesterday as I was driving down the main road from my house, how similar it is to Florida. And I started wondering if all cities are set up the same way, with the same buildings in the same places. It just seemed like deja vu in a way, like in both places. George, I have driven through Yuma, but I have never stayed in Yuma. So, no. There's a lot of places I'd still like to go and visit. I was talking about going on a road trip and going to Yohari this summer, but I don't know if I'm going to. It's a long shot, depends on what's up with my car. And I know that towards the end of this year, sometime I'm planning on going to go visit family in Florida. So for that trip, I will probably rent a car because I don't want to put 9 hours worth of driving on my vehicle. Um, I just don't think that would be a good idea. And try to keep my car's mileage low because I did buy it with low mileage. My car has 149,000 miles on it. So as long as it stays low mileage is good for me. And I've been lucky in the past month, knock on wood. I don't know if my EMSC is upgrading. Nope. The 4.9, I believe, is Taiwan. Yeah, it's Taiwan. And then there was a 2.0 in Turkey right behind it, so it's going to ring for a 2.0 here soon. If only Africa could have more seismic stations and also South America, and we would have a better idea of the seismic pressure. Yes, that is true. I wish they did have more seismic stations. I believe that part of the problem is that Africa is a poorer nation and they don't get as much detailed data as we do. I mean, we get the ones that are off the coast most of the time and sometimes the big ones. Raspberry Pi. Oh, you're talking about the earthquake app? Yeah. I believe it's just called Raspberry, isn't it? Let me see. I'm gonna look on my phone because I think I can get it. Ooh, I gotta go to apps, huh? Let me see. I'll tell you exactly what it's called. Where is it? Maybe I downloaded too many. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's say maybe I downloaded too many apps. Okay, let's see what it's called. It might be called Raspberry Shake. Raspberry. Honestly, I don't see it. What I see on mine is ShakeNet earthquake monitoring, my Shake, my earthquake alerts, earthquake network, earthquake tracker, last quake, vibration meter, earthquakes today, earthquake alert, earthquake info, GeoNet, C-Clicks fix, hydro, disaster, earthquake alarm, and vibration meter. I don't see it. Newspaper? You hungry now? I used to get the newspaper here all the time. I haven't been getting a newspaper in a while. Rebecca, what is good to be in the red, but bad to be in the black? What is good to be in the red, but bad to be in the black? I have no idea, George. NASA is going to release 3 rockets in the atmosphere during the eclipse. Now, what could possibly go wrong? I'm going to say everything. Nope. Was it a joke, George? What is what is good to be in the red but bad to be in the black? I have no idea. Good to be in the red but bad to be in the black. Nope, no idea. You're gonna make me guess. Red eye back, black eye pea. Red eye, black eye. The red eye? That's airplane, isn't it? That's 1.2. We're at. We're highly. I think that 1.2 is probably going to be in. Nope. It's in Alaska. Isn't it? No, it's not. It is in Alaska. Yep. The 1.2 that just hit is in Alaska. Yes, red eye. Golf, because if you're in the red means you're under par, but if you're in the black, you're over par. Aha! I've never played golf, so I wouldn't know. Okay, so I take that back. I've played mini golf, kid style. That's fun, right? I used to take my kids to play mini golf, and they always beat me. Y'all can see we got a little bit of wind going on. Not a lot, but some. I'm waiting for that windstorm. We're supposed to be having a windstorm until 9 o'clock tonight. So how is my channel going? It's not buffering at all, is it? Golf is spoiling a walkover grass. Nope, Dureco? No. I think a Dureco comes with rain. Hang on. A Dureco is a widespread long-lived windstorm. Yeah. But And it's usually associated with a band of moving showers or thunderstorms. And as far as I can tell, we don't have any thunderstorms moving with it. Uh, I'll show you a picture of what a Dreco looks like, though. That is a Dreco. That is wild looking. I would not want to be seeing one of those. But what we have basically that's going to be happening is just a wind event. I'm in NC, North Carolina, Fayetteville, next to Fort Bragg. I used to live on Fort Bragg. Nothing to brag about. It's now called Fort Liberty. They even changed Bragg Boulevard's name to Liberty. People still call it Fort Bragg, so I don't know why they even changed the name other than a whole bunch of people were complaining that the name of the base was racist. But you know, it had been that name forever. We had one when my mother was alive and we lost power for 36 hours. You know, the one storm that I recall the most, besides the one that I lived through with the tornado, was an ice storm that we had here. And I remember we were outside at the time that it started, and it was like everything immediately froze. It was crazy. I will never forget that. It was an ice storm, but it was like it all of a sudden went from being 60 degrees to less than 20 degrees, and everything froze. The minute it rained, it froze. And I remember thinking it was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And that was back in, I'm going to say it was 2005, I believe, that it happened. It was just nuts. And that was here in North Carolina. Like I said the other day, we don't get a whole lot of snow here. The last snow we had here was just a little bit, and it was in 2019. And I don't even remember if when before that we had snow. That would be nuts, Bella. Well, I have enough candles and enough food to get by for 3 days, but let's hope that that doesn't happen. Um, I've heard a lot of different things, and to be honest, for 3 minutes, going without the sun is like nighttime. And I would think that if anything crazy were going to happen, then it would happen at night. But why would it happen during the day? I mean, something just doesn't make sense. Why would something happen during the day during 3 minutes? It gets dark every single night. We have nighttime every night. So I don't understand why everybody's panicking over 3 minutes during the day. Something just doesn't make sense. I think people are trying to scare other people. And to be honest, I don't think anything that is going to happen that isn't man made. And, you know, I mean, I've heard a lot of things. Now, as is during the day and people are awake, I'm sure that there are people out there with bad intentions. Let's just hope that nothing happens during those 3 to 4 minutes. I think that it's a time when people should stand in awe of the power of God. I watched the 1999 eclipse in the UK in Lyme Regis. I was a nearly full partial eclipse. That's awesome. The people went in totality areas, had clouds, and never saw it at the time. That's cool. Y'all saw my glasses. I think I showed them to you earlier. I'm going to show them to you again. I got my glasses picked out for me and my kids. This is my son's pair. This is my granddaughter's pair. This is my daughter's pair, and these are mine. And if you didn't get the ones they have, for these glasses, they look almost like movie glasses, but the inside of the screen is jet dark, like cannot see through it at all. And the front side is silver, so that it blocks all of the UV light from the sun. So this should be very interesting, but this is mine right here. I picked the blue. Just make sure that if you got glasses that you got the right ones to view with, or you will end up damaging your eyes. Yeah, I think it is. Yesterday I read something about where they're telling people to stay inside for 6 hours after the eclipse. I'm like, what? I mean, seriously. And I watched a pastor on the tubes last night explain it in such a way that it was kind of neat. He was talking about Easter, and he was talking about how Jesus was in the tomb and how the stone was rolled away, or the stone was rolled in front of and then rolled away. And he compared the eclipse to the stone rolling in front of the sun and then rolling away. And he was talking about how God made the sun, the moon, and the stars, and how the sun was set at such a mileage away from the moon that it makes it possible for us to see an eclipse happen. And to remember that after the moon has rolled away from the sun, that the light is still behind the moon. I went through and I don't remember what it was we had here. We had an eclipse here, but I don't think it was a full eclipse. I think we had a partial eclipse here. And I think the coolest thing that I've seen since I lived here was a blood moon. I think that was really neat. I went outside with my daughter and we were watching it. But I'm pretty sure that we had one here a few years back. But it wasn't a full eclipse. George, you've been through one before? How long did it last? There has been a 2.9, 30 kilometers deep, offshore Antofagasta, Chile, and now there's been a 2.1, 5 kilometers deep in the Aegean Sea. You know where it's quiet at is right around here. So you're going to see some kind of earthquake activity in this area where I have my mouse at. And then I do not have Canada turned on right now. I should turn on Canada. Why don't I have Canada on? Let's turn Canada on. Well, Canada is the last 30 days, so that's the reason why I didn't have Canada turned on, is because then you'll see the last 30 days activity. That's the only reason why I don't have Canada on. Go to your Facebook. Okay, give me a minute. Lunar eclipse. That's kind of cool. Oh, you're in this one. Okay, I'm going to read this, you guys. A new shopper reader has submitted these striking pictures of recent total lunar eclipse. This was submitted by Bella Virgo. So just so y'all see, let's save this image real quick and then I can make it bigger for y'all. These were submitted by yours truly, Bella Virgo. I'm not going to give her real name in chat, you guys. Some of y'all do know it, but these were submitted by Bella Virgo. It says Bella Virgo of Ridgeway took the photos during the night of March 3rd. An eclipse occurs when the Earth passes directly between the sun and the moon, casting a reddish-orange shadow across the moon. Bella Virgo, a photographer with the Walk Tall charity and also a member of a camera club, said the photos were taken during a cloudless night. The moon turned copper color on the outer shadow, and it would have been difficult to see in the night sky once it had reached totality. That is totally cool. Thank you. Hi, Hurricane. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat. Those are some really cool pictures, Bella. Thank you for sharing that. That is awesome. You ended up in the paper too. Hurricane Heather, you ever seen an eclipse? Oh, you got some much needed rest. That's great. I am so glad, and I hope you are feeling much better today. Uh-oh. I have knocked off my stuff here. Okay, hang on. Uh, 1 second. Trying to get stuff back up here since I moved and closed stuff. Uh-oh. Now I got to get my chat back. 1 second. We shall succeed. I triggered a mouse gesture. How did I do that? A mouse gesture. Sound like I don't know what I did. Uh-oh. Trying to get my screen to load here, but it's not loading all of the way. Give me a second. I get this sometimes when I'm running too much stuff on my account at the same time. Okay, I'm back. Ha! That took a minute. All right. Thank you, Heather. Thank you for peeking by. Boo yourself, George. Boo. Awesome. Yes, please look for them and I will show them live if you want me to. Well, I can't hear you eating, so that's fine. You can eat. Even when I go eat, I get offline for a few minutes so that I can eat. I mean, well, I leave my live up, but I'm in the background over here eating, and I figured it's rude to let people hear me munching out while I'm on live. So anything else big happening in the world today? Let's see if there's been any big news. Oh my God. A person disguised themselves as a trash bag and snatched a packet off of a California front porch. Oh my goodness. Oh my. The things that people will go to. Oh, the links. Trash bag dressed package thief caught on camera. Victim admits it was a good one. Let's see this video real quick.
The wait is over.
Oops.
FanDuel Sportsbooks.
We didn't need that ad. What the heck? Oh my God. It looks like a kid. What the heck? Was it a kid? Oh, the article says sometimes people do trashy things, but it's unusual to see someone disguised as a garbage bag stealing a package that was left at a front door. That is exactly what happened to Omar Gabriel Munoz's home in Sacramento County, California on March 29th. Munoz's door camera footage shows a person crouched underneath a garbage bag, approaching the front door and swiping a parcel. The only parts of the person's body that can be seen is the feet, which appeared to be in white sandals. The parcel had two iPhone chargers from on-time retailers Temu inside, worth about $10. They said they were at first kind of angry when they saw the video and then laughing because people these days have a lot of creativity. He added he had just moved to the Sacramento area from San Jose, where he had the packages stolen from him before. When asked if he had anything to say to the suspect, he said that was a good one. Wow. Sacramento police say the crime occurred in the sheriff's office district. The sheriff's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Wow. Oh my goodness. One second. Hello? 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 It was a scam phone call. Oh, I was gonna let him be live. Oh God. Hello? I'm dying over here. I was gonna ask him, can you call 911 922, please? Bet you they won't call back. They think they got a hold of a little old lady. Three 54 kilometers deep, Sumbawa region, Indonesia. If you want to get rid of those ads, load down ad blocker. It's totally free. Yeah, I have that, and I also am on the do not call list, and I still get phone calls. They want to sell me insurance. They want to change my medical. They try to tell me that my car is running out of warranty. They even tried to call me about warranty for my daughter's car, and I'm like, huh? Okay, her car is still warranted, so I don't even need to worry about that. He be talking about put the kitty litter in a box, box it up, tape it shut, write an address on it, and let the thief steal it. Good idea. I should have thought about that one. Uh, I'll have to tell my daughter to try that. She has a cat. She has a cat, and I have a dog. And they actually get along, believe it or not. My dog doesn't like other dogs, but doesn't mind cats. Where is the 4.1? I see there's a 3.4 over here, but where's the 4.1? 4.1 says Mexico down here, but I don't think that. No, that is it. So that's the 4.1 for Oaxaca, Mexico, which is reporting from EMSC. EMSC is a little, I guess they just added that one in because their last one that they had was a 2.3 in Greece. So that's an add-in for Oaxaca, Mexico. Yeah, I've tried that, but you know what? Here's the problem. A lot of the scam callers that you're getting are calling you from phone numbers from online that are not traceable. So they'll call you and they'll do like a hit on many, many different phone calls until they get someone who's gullible enough and dumb enough to give them their information. I'm glad because my phone automatically says that it's a scam phone call. So sometimes I answer it and I will I'll like do like I just did. And then other times I just totally hang it up. Hello? Hang on one second. I gotta give something to my daughter. Oh no. So I just gave my daughter a pack of gum because I don't chew gum. And you should have seen how fast my granddaughter ran in there to go get some. Oh boy. She was like, gum? What, baby? What, bubbly? Huh? You're going to have to ask your mom for that. But if you bring your cup, I'll give you a drink. You want a drink? Okay, get your cup. And if you listen to their accents from India, yeah, most of them are. I've had a few though that had very English accent. Um, Here you go. Hold on a minute, kid. Oh, it's a spoon I got yesterday when I taste tested something. Yeah, you weren't there though. You want that spoon? You don't want it? Okay. You want the cup? You sure? You positive you want the cup? You sure? It's not for me? You don't want to let me have it? Can you say hi? Say hi in the speaker. There you go. I love you. My granddaughter just said hi to you guys. She is 5 and she will be 6 in June. I'll get it in a minute. What? Well, grab it then. Hang on 1 second. Come on. Come on. No, stay, Penny. Chris, I need to take Penny out. In a minute, Penny Bug. In a minute. In a minute. I know. You peel my bed and you're gonna have worms. Ah. Short stuff. Who's short stuff? Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. I remember that. I remember the movie. How about the movie 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea? That's a good movie. It's also a good book, too. And again, I read a lot of books. I had never actually got I read Tom Sawyer when I was younger. I never really understood it. Um that book to me was a little bit weird. Then again, I've seen a lot of movies like when I was younger. I saw Song of the South, which is now a banned movie. It's a cartoon type movie, made in the 1950s. Lost in Space. I haven't seen that one. I remember a good movie was Red Dawn. That's a good movie. And then I posted on my YouTube channel a few weeks ago about two earthquake movies for California. Those were really good. And then Joe sent me a video the other day that I watched. He sent through Google. It was like the last movie of Ghostbusters. That one was fun. I haven't seen Time Tunnel. I saw the new version, Bella, I think. I like the movies Back to the Future. A long, 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 long time ago, one of my jobs that I had was an opinion poll taker, and we used to give people sneak previews of movies and have them rate the movies, and then actually do the naming for the movies. So back then, a lot of the movies were named depending on what the people thought the name should be. I haven't watched Stargate either. I think I watched one movie of Stargate. I don't really go to the movies very often. Most of the movies and stuff that I watch are on Netflix. And Netflix has been like not updating a whole lot, so I don't really watch a whole lot of movies. What was the last movie we went out and watched? Do you remember? Yeah, the last one we went out and watched was Avatar Way of Water. I wasn't too enthralled by it. I liked the first one, but not the second one. I'm not into all of the war stuff. Yeah, my son says some of the continuations that they're making for like the little video offshoots are all crap. And he's pretty good on movies and stuff. What are y'all's favorite movies? Matrix? Did you? I don't know. I don't remember whether I've seen Matrix or not. I think I saw one of the Matrix movies where the guy became living inside of a computer. I think that was the Matrix. I am more into history type documentaries and movies that are based on reality. Tron? No, I don't think it was Tron. Matrix Stargate. Okay, I watched a Stargate movie, but I don't remember which one it was. It was many, many years ago. I was around 21, around the age of 21, so I don't remember. Hang on a second. I watched Heartland, but that's a TV show. Um, I watched Noah the other day. That is a good TV show. Well, actually, it's the movie, but it's got several different parts. I want to watch The Testament of Moses. That's supposed to be interesting. I watched The Crown. I'm not really into Dungeons and Dragons. I did watch The Last Dragon Slayer. That was pretty good. I watched 10.5, so I've seen that. I've seen San Andreas. Um, I've watched most of all the end of the world movies. I've watched those. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. Erogan? No, I haven't seen that one, George. Yeah, I haven't watched a whole lot of movies. Um, Not in a few years. Every once in a while, I'll turn into my Netflix to see if there's a new movie on. World War One or World War 111 or World War One and Two? Okay, I'm confused with that question. Nope to zombie films. I haven't watched any zombie films either, but mostly like I've watched apocalyptic movies. I watched The End of the World. I watched The Tomorrow World, The Tomorrow War. And here's a list of all of the End of the World movies if anybody wants to see them. That's a link to them. Okay, so there was a zero point 0.9. Where is the zero point 0.9 at? Where it be? Where it be? Zero point 0.9. I'm going to guess, if I have to guess, the zero point 0.9 is in California, and it's 2 kilometers deep. Yeah, there's quite a few earthquake and volcano films on YouTube. There's always something interesting. And sometimes the movies are realistic, and other times I'm thinking, what the heck? What am I watching? Because some of them, like I watched a movie about Yellowstone. Okay, there was something that hit me in that movie was when USGS was being asked if they wanted to put out the warning to all the people that the volcano might erupt, and they said no, that they didn't want to panic people. And it made me think, would they actually tell people if something were happening? To be honest, I think that movie was a good rendition on what they wouldn't do. They wouldn't tell people. It was actually a very, very interesting movie. No, the one that I watched was just a movie. It was a movie slash, I don't know. It was about Yellowstone. And I watched that movie Leave the World Behind. I watched it like a month ago before this ship hit the Boston Bridge. I had to really stop and think about that one. Yeah, I think so. Maybe it was a two-part miniseries. Leave the World Behind is a really good movie. It is on Netflix. Make sure if you're going to watch it, you watch it soon because they're going to remove the movie from Netflix here soon. Yeah, somebody fell into the pathways. Believe it was this one that I watched. Hang on. This is the trailer for it. So I believe this is the one that I watched. It's on YouTube, but that's the trailer for the movie. It's starring Kevin Costner. Go ahead and eat, Bella. I believe that's the one that I watched. I am not going to say that it is because I can't play it while I'm live streaming right now. Yeah, that one's got a modern cowboy in it. That's why I said I'm not sure if that was it or not. Another one I watched was Aftermath Population Zero. Was the one you're talking about the Matrix Reloaded or the Matrix Revolutions? And I watched The Day After Tomorrow. One movie that I remember that I watched when I was younger was about an atomic bomb. And I have not been able to find that movie. Yeah, I probably watched the newer one because the way that the movie ends, they actually blow up the fault line to actually stop the magma from spreading from Yellowstone. So it caused all of these fault lines that opened up, um, and they ended up having to blow up the fault lines to actually divert the magma out to the ocean. 10.5 is the one where the New Madrid splits. Yep, I saw that one. 10.5. So maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. No. Is it? It might be. I don't think so, but it might be. The one that I remember was where the guy he had a computer and he was looking at Yellowstone and measuring the depths of the lava and talking about how it might erupt and then telling them that he wasn't sure that he should tell the people that there was going to be an eruption, um, that they didn't want to panic people. You guys, if you're watching, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. That helps get my video out to people and helps to get people information that they may need when there is information to share. I don't remember, Bella, to be honest, I really don't remember. Oh, there was another 5.2 in Taiwan. I feel sorry for the people in Taiwan. Let's just hope that there will not be any tsunamis to worry about. 4.5 in the Molucca Sea as well. That is super volcano. I don't remember. It could be. When I find it, I'll tell you because it was on YouTube was where I watched the movie at. Let me see. Maybe I can find it. Yeah, you're right. It was probably called Super Volcano Yellowstone full movie. Why is there a new one called Yellowstone 6666 trailer? Over here looking. Yellowstone 2022, season 5, all episodes. Anyway, do I think Yellowstone's going to go anytime soon? No. Yeah, it's got to be called Super Volcano. All I know is I've watched a lot of different movies, so could have been any of them. Did y'all ever see? Okay, there was the movie I was just talking about a few minutes ago, and it is um, has to do with nuclear war. And there was a guy, and he's standing out in the field. I remember he's standing out in the field and watching the missiles be shot off. And I remember thinking how scary that movie was. It was back when I was about 21 years old. I saw that movie, and it was one of the first movies to come out about atomic war. Very scary. Vesuvius. I haven't seen that one. I believe so, but I can't find the movie. I would know what it is if I see it, but I haven't been able to find this movie, not even on YouTube, and I've looked for it. I actually wanted to watch this movie again. He was a farmer out in the field, that's all I remember. And I remember in the movie all the cars wouldn't work. Nothing was drivable. You remember that movie? And it was kind of got you thinking about how bad it could be if there was a nuclear war. And it was way back when. EMP. That movie would be well, there's that movie that would just came out the day after tomorrow. That was an EMP movie. That movie, the day after tomorrow, do you get it? I mean, not the day after tomorrow, but that movie we were just talking about a few minutes ago, um, Leave the World Behind. That movie involves EMP and nuclear war, and That's a good movie to watch. It really gives you an idea of how prepared you need to be if there is an EMP. The people in the movie were not prepared, and they were rioting in the streets and looting and tearing things apart, and there were people trying to get out of town and leave. And then you had nuclear war after that. In the movie, in the movie, Bella, everybody. In the movie, Bella, that I remember, the nuclear movie, everybody in the end was trying to escape to Mexico. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in a city. I live right on the outskirts of the country. Um, so if I needed to, I would leave my house, hook or right, and be cooking from there. I'd be out of here. Yeah, the last place you want to be if something like that happens is in city. That's where you're going to have people fighting with each other, breaking into houses, looting. There's going to be people that weren't prepared, and they're going to be after you to get whatever you've got. So that's one of the things. Always be prepared. Like if you have a go bag in your house, I suggest always to have a go bag in your trunk of your car too. That way, if you have to leave in a rush, you already have what you need in your vehicle. Of course, make sure you have your important papers, your documents and stuff where you can get them when you go to leave your house so that you don't leave those things behind because you don't want somebody else to take your identity or to be able to take anything that you have. Everything you own in your home is just an inanimate object. Yeah, some people have attachments to the things that they have within their houses, but you can always replace things. You can't replace a life. Yeah, that's true. Um, One of the things I remember from that movie was that people did have a problem getting gas, though, because everybody used up all the gas and the big gas trucks weren't running. So in that movie, that was one of the things that they showed was that the gas stations didn't have the gas that's needed. And even the people at the gas stations were ready to shoot people that tried to enter to the gas stations because they were afraid that they were going to be looted. You know, bad things like that brings out the worst in people and not the best in people. Okay, you guys, it's that magic hour. Should you leave me a one, I will stay on longer. And if you leave me a two, I'm getting off for the rest of the day. I have been on since I believe 10:30 this morning. When Bella says, "You staying." Okay, I got one vote. Can't see anything else. We got a 2.7 in Turkey, but I'm seeing 5.1 here. So where's our 5.1? Ah, Japan area, looks like. Is it Japan? 1.2. 1.2 is Alaska. I don't know why I didn't close that earlier. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm missing my chat room again, so give me a second. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. I don't have autocomplete on my computer, so I think that's the issue that I'm having. And then it just kicked people off my live stream. That's cute because you know what? Quit that. I dropped 13,686 frames or 2%. Hmm. Okay. All right, Bella, I will see you later. You have a good night. I am about to cut my live stream. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for checking in, for being here today. I appreciate you being here. I enjoyed my time with you guys. If you are not in the chat room, I invite you to join the chat room. We talk about all kinds of stuff and pertaining to earthquakes, weather, news, volcanoes, you name it. We talk about a lot of different things, and you are more than welcome to join us and chat with us. I enjoy questions and I enjoy trying to answer them. And I enjoy just talking with people from all over the world. And if you do not speak English, I will try by using Google Translate to talk with you. All right, you guys, I am off for today. I love you guys. Please be safe and have yourselves a good evening. It looks like we are starting to get some wind here. Not too bad, just a little bit. Not much. Doesn't look like we're going to be having that much. But if it does get windy again later, I will come back on live and y'all can enjoy the storm with me. Anyways, you guys, much love. God bless. And I will see you all tomorrow. To all my moderators and admins, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Much love and have a great night.